I was talking to multiple people not too long ago, and the question been brought up to my attention, which I thought was interesting. They said, is it worth working multiple jobs? That's a good question. It kind of is worth it if you know exactly what you're doing it for. Now, there's different scenarios of why it's worth it, and I'm also going to explain different scenarios of why it's not worth it. So we're going to go straight into it. Number one, boosting income. It's good to pay off debt, saving goals, or even just financial security. A second job definitely provides like some type of short-term, income boost just in case you need it to save for something important or you're trying to invest into yourself. Definitely important. Number two, building a side hustle or a future business. Many people start freelancing or just consulting while they keep their day job. It can lead to financially being free, eventually replacing their 9 to 5. So that's really good. Like for me, I do a lot of eBay selling. So I think that's good to actually venture out and just use that as a leverage for your future business or just a side hustle that you want to continue. In 2025, you definitely got to have some type of side hustle for all these price rising up. But yeah, the tariffs thing, but you know what I mean. And number three, you want to learn a new skill or explore a different industry. Now, having a second job is good, especially if you're in the field on that second job. Let's say that you're going to school or you like doing some type of intern and you're actually in that field. It can help you pivot to that new career, gaining more experiences in that new job, which is great. So I think that would definitely be another reason why you should have a second job, especially some type of intern job or something that you're really into. And number four, kind of piggybacking to three, you're trying to change careers. Now, working a part-time job at the field that you want to work in really helps build your resume. It helps you network, and just making that leap will be a lot easier for you to just leave that job that you probably don't want to work and you want to work that second job, another position to push yourself into. So now we're going to go into when it's not worth it. So this is going to be interesting because this goes back exactly what I was saying on my last video. I'll probably link it somewhere here about job, being burned out in your job, just being tired, wanting to change career. I'm just going to give you just 4 of my core reasons of why I don't think it's always worth it. Number one, you are sacrificing your health at this point. Burnout, sleep deprivation, stress, and poor work and life balances is just something that we always talked about. That is very risky, especially when you're always on the go and you don't have time for yourself to take care of yourself. That is something that you really have to think about because it is not worth it. Think about it. Long-term exhausting can cost more than money can gain you. I don't think that's going to be well worth your troubles, especially if you're going through some type of health issues at that. So just throwing it out there. Number two, if there is no end goal. Now, everybody had to have some type of end goal, regardless if you're talented in something or you're interested in or not interested in something else. You got to have some type of end goal. You got to know why you're working towards what you're working towards. Having 2 jobs is not a normal thing to do to survive, and you have to pretty much build upon what you want in life to make sure that you get to your final goal. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. You're hustling and all of a sudden you burn out or you have these breakthroughs, and it's just not fair to yourself that you have to go out there and keep breaking down because you feel like you have to work for nothing. That's very personal for me. So yeah, please don't. Just think about that. And number three, it interferes with your performance. Now, having both jobs can actually lead you to just being tired, losing energy, and it kind of conflicts with your work performance. It can also result to you just losing your job because now they think that you're not capable of doing it because 2 jobs is burning you out. So you really got to think about that and consider that. And yeah, that is number 3. And number 4, you're using it to avoid a bigger problem. This is interesting to me because A lot of times we get very distracted on the things that's important to us. And you think that the second job will actually get you to wherever you need to go. But it's not always the case, because you would be dissatisfied. You wouldn't like the fact that you have to do it because you have to do it. That is something to consider as well. Just be more lenient with yourself and balance, because if you don't, then you would definitely be blaming yourself for having a second job, even though you know you need it for something major, but it could be a distraction overall. In conclusion, just be realistic on what you really want to do, because there's going to be a lot of times where as though you would want to have a second job to make sure you pay those bills, to make sure you have these things that you want for a savings, security and everything else like that. You have to really figure out your lifestyle, because if your lifestyle is conflicted with the second job and you're not properly getting rest, or you feeling burnt out and you're stressing out and you having these breakdowns, I'm just going to let you know straight up, it's not worth it. Now, if you could combat that and understand where you're going and the path in which you're taking, then it's a different story and it's affecting your livelihood. It's not worth it. You can say, okay, well, let me just do this for a while, and you plan to save up enough money to do this thing, and then you can leave that second job and try to place yourself somewhere you want to be, other than just sitting back here just working your behind off for like 80 hours a week and you're never really getting anywhere that you want to go. It's all about, you know, the psychology of it, your mental health, just something that I always talk about. If it's worth it, I think you should go for it. Make sure that you know why you're doing it. And if you think that it's not worth it because of what the things I mentioned before, I wouldn't advise you to go do it. I would try to do something else other than that. There's all these opportunities out there that you can do to make a little extra money. I'm just here to give you some clarity on that. Hopefully it does help, and thank you for watching.